Hello and welcome to today's MJ News Digest, November 17, 2020. How are you doing? Here are today's headlines. Bashir update. MJ1 return extended. How MJ changed the world. Lena Dunham bashes MJ again. Prince Jackson's COVID advice. And MJ officially joins TikTok. So our first news story is regarding the Bashir story that's massive here in the UK at the moment. Unfortunately, this is from the Daily Mail. It says here, BBC has launched an inquiry into Martin Bashir's alleged use of dirty tactics. Mr. Witchell and senior BBC staff said to have been deeply disturbed by claims he fed Diana tissue of lies about the Queen's health and Prince Charles, and Bashir is signed off sick at home following a heart operation and catching COVID, in stark contrast to the BBC statement a few weeks ago about Bashir being seriously unwell in hospital with COVID. Obviously, he was photographed picking up a takeaway and a bottle of wine. Anyway, here's the MJ part of the article. Michael Jackson was lured into his disastrous interview with Martin Bashir because he thought if Princess Diana trusted him, he could too. It was claimed yesterday the pop star's lawyer said Jackson would never have done the documentary with Bashir unless he believed it would be positive. The 2003 expose turned into a public relations disaster for the troubled singer and culminated in him facing molestation charges in 2005. Tom Mesereau, who successfully defended the musician at the trial, claimed that Jackson, who died in 2009, had told him the journalist promised to portray him positively, like the famous Diana interview. From his office in Los Angeles, Mr. Mesereau told the Sunday Telegraph, "I have always been troubled by how Martin Bashir managed to get into Michael Jackson's graces and gain his trust. He thought if Princess Diana trusted him, Michael could too. Michael told me he was led to believe this would be a very positive interview, and he trusted Mr. Bashir to follow through with this, but he was greatly disappointed." So it'd be interesting to see where this story goes. Obviously the BBC have launched an inquiry, but as I said in the last video, I doubt that any justice will be served. Anyway, on to better news. Cirque du Soleil have confirmed that MJ the One is coming back and it's going to be extended. So they put out a statement to say that it tends to return some of its Vegas shows to live performances as soon as possible, and some of them have had contract extensions, and one of those is Michael Jackson 1 at Mandalay Bay. So that's really good news. MJ1 will be returning and its run has been extended. Brilliant. Okay, so our next story is from The Medium. Now, this isn't the other Medium website, which is like a self-published published website. This is the independent student newspaper of the University of Toronto, and it's 6 songs that changed the world. And, of course, Michael Jackson is listed with Thriller. Where are we? Here we go. Michael Jackson, Thriller. Michael Jackson coined the King of Pop, wasted no time moonwalking his way to centre stage. His record-breaking album Thriller and its title track were immeasurable to improving racial diversity in the industry. When the decade started, radio stations shunned black music thanks to the virulent anti-disco backlash that collapsed the genre in 1979. As a result, radio programmers boycotted rhythmic black music for fear of being branded disco, causing the genre's 80% decline on the Billboard Hot 100. But the anti-disco wave changed course when Jackson released the cultural phenomenon Thriller. I'd say that came with Off the Wall, but never mind. After the smash hit graced MTV, Jackson single-handedly forced pop radio to re-embrace black music since audiences couldn't get enough. Jackson also paved the way for artists such as Prince and Whitney Houston to the MTV stardom. Black artists soon reintegrated into mainstream culture, and it all started with Thriller. Thank you very much, The Medium, for that positive Michael Jackson article. Our next story isn't so positive. It's from Ace Showbiz, and this is Lena Dunham negatively bashing MJ again. I'm pretty sure this isn't the first time she has done this. Anyway, this comes from an article from Harper Magazine, December's edition, regarding her motherhood obsession, how that went into overdrive after she had her uterus and an ovary removed. So somehow she still manages to bash MJ while she's talking about her womanly bits, or the removal of her womanly bits. Where are we? Here we go. So she goes on to say that she always felt worthy of becoming a mum despite her health issues and her past drug abuse problems. Here we go. She says, what with 5 holes in my stomach and a Vicodin habit 20 milligrams deep. Then she says, Michael Jackson dangled his baby from a hotel balcony for everyone to see, and he got to keep it. What? She's kind of equating the baby dangling episodes to her drug addiction. But then she goes on to say that, you know, she feels that she's worthy of being a mother, but calling Michael Jackson's baby it, as she says here, and he got to keep it. It's not very maternal, is it? Not very motherly. As I said, I don't think this is the first time Lena Dunham has bashed MJ. I think she was on the Leaving Neverland train. Silly woman. Our next story is from Metalhead Zone. Oh, they've changed their logo. Now, normally Metalhead Zone are continuously obsessed with Paris Jackson, but today it's Prince's turn. Michael Jackson's son Prince says there's no feeling like that, as he encourages people to go out despite COVID. Now, that headline screams irresponsibility. It almost seems as if they're suggesting that Prince is giving some irresponsible advice regarding COVID, but that's not what Prince was saying at all. So this is referencing an Instagram post, Prince's recent Instagram post, where Prince says, it's almost the weekend and I am excited to get my knees in the breeze. What a tough year this has been individually and collectively, but congrats, we're still here because we're resilient and strong. I'm looking for a little R&R on the open road, and I want to encourage all of you to take time to treat yourself. So that is what Prince is encouraging us to do, is to treat ourselves. He then goes on to say, there's no feeling like being in the wind for me. All of my troubles and woes slip away as the wind and speed take over. He's referencing his beloved motorbikes. Be safe out there and stay tuned for our little moto road trip. Special thanks to Cameron for taking these awesome pics of me on the Monarch. More to come soon. Stay safe out there. So Prince is encouraging us all to treat ourselves. That's sound advice. I'm currently treating myself with a gorgeous cup of hot coffee. How are you going to treat yourself in the coming days? Our next story is good. It's from the Charger Bulletin. TikTok continues its reign as one of the top apps of 2020, and this is referencing the news that the estate shared with us a while ago to say that MJ was coming to TikTok, and here we go. So it says here that the app struck a new licensing agreement with Sony Music. Earlier this year, it struck a licensing deal so that Sony Music will allow TikTok to continue offering the use of songs by Sony Music artists. Then goes on to say that this also, the agreement also includes Sony and TikTok becoming like a partnership and driving new and forward-looking opportunities for fan engagement with SMEs, artists and music. The sound clips will include a variety of music from current hits to even classics by none other than the king of pop himself, Michael Jackson. As I said, the estate put out a statement a while ago. They haven't put out a statement to say this is here finally, but it is, so that's really good news. Here is an example I found of Billie Jean. Excellent. Okay, so our YouTube recommendation of the day is from Adjar with his brilliant acoustic cover of Bad, and I will link the full video in the description. Take it away, Adjar. And that's it for today's MJ News Digest. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, comment and subscribe because the best is yet to come.